Hello YouTube, Luke here again, and next video here for Legacy of the Duelist. It's the deck profile for the Burning Abyss that I used during the last Duelist Challenge. It's the Trapless version. Go through now to Effect Veiler, 1 Alich, 2 Calcab, 3 Sir, 2 Crane, 3 Graph, 3 Rubik, and 3 Scum there, 3 Tour Guide, Dark Dragon, and Blacklisted Soldier. So 24 monsters and 16 spells. So Allure, Burial from a Different Dimension, 2 Dark Hole, Enemy Controller, Foolish Burial, 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, Raigeki, Rank Up Magic Astral Force, 3 The Beginning of the End, and 3 Upstart Goblin. Extra deck was 2 Virgil, Chronomaly, Chronaut, 3 Dante, Grenosaurus, Nightmare Shark, Fortune Tune, 2 Downed Magician, Pleiades, Volcasaurus, and Heraldry Crest. Stuff with the monsters to Effect Veilers is your Hand Trap. Basically, okay. Alich, now all Burning Abyss monsters have this effect. If you control a monster that is not a Burning Abyss monster, destroy this card. They all have that effect. Also, they also have the effect where you can only use one of the following effects of each Male Branch of the Burning Abyss. That is, if you control no spell or trap cards, you can special summon this card from your hand. All of them have that. And they all have an effect as if they're sent to the graveyard at some point. Some of them are at the end of the turn and some are straight away. Except this guy. He has a slightly different effect, but anyway. This one here is Alich. So basically what that means is if you special summon it, then you won't get a graveyard effect. Or if you use the graveyard effect that turn, then you can't special summon one that turn. From the hand, that is. So Alich is, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one face-up monster on the field, negates effects till the end phase of this turn. So it's also another, basically kind of like a monster version of Effect Veiler in a way. Calcab, target a spell or trap card in the field, return it to the hand, so it's a compulsory for trap cards. Sir is special summon 1 Burning Abyss monster in your graveyard, except Sir, so it can also be Dante or Virgil. It doesn't have to be an effect monster, it can be one that synchros or exceeds. Crane is when this card is normal summon, you can target 1 level 3 monster in your graveyard, special summon that target, its effects are negated, you can only use that once per turn. So, same with Tour Guide, it negates their effects of destruction. So you can special summon any Burning Abyss monster with this or Tour Guide and they won't destroy themselves. And it gives you the chance to overlay or synchro summon. Graph is, you can, when sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Burning Abyss monster from your deck except Graph. And now Rubik is, this cannot be used as synchro material except for the synchro material of a Burning Abyss monster. And yeah, that's it. Or he can only be used for Burning Abyss monsters. Scum is at the end phase. Yeah, during the end phase. Sorry, wrong button again. During the end phase, if this card was sent to the graveyard this turn, you can add 1 level 3 Dark Fiend type monster from your deck to hand except Scum. So Tour Guide is mostly that he's the target most of that time. Tour Guide's effect is when this card is normal summon, you can special summon a level 3 Fiend monster from your hand or deck, but its effects are negated, so there you go, it doesn't destroy itself. Cannot be used as single material, but basically you just exceed straight away and you send whatever it is that was material, gain its effects, or at the end phase if it's Scum, straight away. And like if it's straight away it feels like one of them. Okay, Dark Dragon can only be special summoned from your hand if you have exactly 3 dark monsters in your graveyard. You can banish a dark monster in your graveyard to destroy a card of the field. As long as you've got dark monsters there, you can do that as many times as you want. And got the BLS because you got lots of light monsters. Your Exceeds and Synchros for the Burning Abyss are all light monsters. And so those Veilers. Lure, draw 2 cards and banish a dark monster. So basically everything's a dark, almost everything's a dark. Burial is target up to 3 banished monsters, return them to the graveyard. So this is like got some banishment cards in it. Dark Hole, just destroy a monster in the field, and you could just summon anything, destroy it. If your opponent's got strong monsters in the field, you gain the effects and whatnot. Enemy controller, I put 1 in there. I thought I had room for 1 more card when I was building this, so I thought I'd put this in there. It could have been useful. It's a target 1 face-up monster in the field that your opponent controls and changes position. Or its other one is tribute one monster, then target one face-up monster to the field. Your opponent controls and take control of that target until the end phase. Of course, if you tribute your Burning Abyss monsters, you'll get their effects. Foolish is send one monster from your deck to the graveyard, mostly just pretty much whatever Burning Abyss monster, more or less at whatever you want at that time. Mystical Space Tavern and Rogeki as well. Rank up Magic Astral Force is target the one exceed monster you control with the highest rank, your choice if it's tied. Now special summon from your extra deck one monster with the same type and attribute as that monster you control, but 2 ranks higher by using it as exceed material. That's treated as an exceed summon. And so the materials, they become materials for that monster. Now during your draw phase, if this card is in your graveyard, instead of conducting your normal draw, you can add this card from your graveyard to your hand, but you cannot special summon during the turn you activate this effect, except by Rank Up Magic Astral Force. Basically what that is, what this means is you have 3 different targets to use it on. You have Crystal Chrononaut, that will give you the Heraldry Crest. Dante gives you Pleiades, and you get Vulgasaurus from Granosaurus. Other options out there, if you want to play Mech-Whipped Engineer, you can get a Tyrus, Keeper of Genesis, a few different options out there. Beginning of the End is activated if there are 7 or more dark monsters in your graveyard. Remove from play 5 dark monsters from your graveyard and draw 3 cards. Dante's effect is your mill your deck to the graveyard, and you're going to have a lot of dark monsters in there at times. So you banish them, draw 3 cards. You can even bring them back with Burial and do another one later if you want. Yeah, it's good draw power anyway with this build since I'm running no traps. And Upstart Goblin is just draw a card. Your opponent gains 1,000 life points. It's draw power basically. So yeah, that's the main deck for the Trapless build. Virgil is tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. You can only control 1 Virgil, Rockstar the Burning Abyss. Now once per turn you can discard 1 Burning Abyss card, then target 1 card your opponent controls or in their graveyard, shuffle it into the deck. If this card is on the field as a short battle or card effect sent to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card. You can only use this effect Virgil once per turn. So it's not bad, you can get rid of anything into the deck that your opponent controls, plus you get to plus off the Burning Abyss monster, so it's not bad. Chrononaut is once per turn. When this card is targeted from an attack, you can detach a material from this card. This turn cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects, or if your opponent takes any battle damage, so it's can protect yourself for a bit. Dante is the boss monster. 2 level 3 monsters. Once per turn you can detach a material from this card, choose a number from 1 to 3, then send that many cards from your top of your deck to the graveyard until the end phase of this turn. This card gains 500 attack for each card sent this way. To the graveyard this way, sorry. If this card attacks, change to defense position at the end of the battle phase. Also, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a Burning Abyss card in your graveyard, accept this card, and add it to your hand. So he recycles, you send to your graveyard, plus he recycles. Basically, you can get a few combos off depending what's sent at the time as well. Granosaurus destroys monsters by battle, blah blah blah. Detach material, reflect 1,000. Nightmare Shark. You don't have to worry about the water position. But his effect is detach a material from this card. Target 1 water monster you control. That monster can attack directly. Other monster cannot attack. That is like a winning condition. Fortune Tune is gain 500 during each of your standby phase, cannot be targeted by card effects. If this face-up card would be destroyed to touch material. Also, when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, target 2 level 3 monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them both into the deck. And this card goes back in the extra deck. Basically, he also recycles cards. You can recycle Burning Abyss monsters if you need to, or maybe Tour Guide or something. Down Magician is, during your main phase 2, you can also exceed summon this card by using a rank 3 or lower monster you control as a material. They become attached against 200 attack for each material. Also, if it attacks it defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage. This card attacked or was attacked after damage calculation to attach a material from this card. So basically whatever rank 3 you've got on the field, you can just overlay it on top of it. During main phase 2. Pleiades, of course, I went through all these before. This guy is a 4K beater. Actually, I summoned him in the duel after I did the recording, just so I could get the rest of her cards. That was fun. But yeah, Plantis is compulsory for any card. Volcasaurus can destroy a monster that your opponent controls and inflicts the damage to your opponent, but this card cannot attack your opponent directly during your turn. You use this effect. Anyway, I had a lot of fun using this without the traps. Normal setup, you'd have Phoenix Wings and Karma Cuts, and you got your Fire Lakes, etc. But I wanted to use something slightly different than just normal build. I might use a normal build sometime later during the more Duelist Challenges. I mean, I probably will recycle decks and add twists to them and whatnot, but I may just use a normal Burning Abyss setup at another time. Yeah, until next time, thank you all for watching, and see you.